Hey everybody, Kenny Chapman here, the Blue Collar Coach, coming to you with this week's live video version of Freedom Friday Focus. Now, this week what we're talking about is evaluation process. Now, this is a very important topic, and I want you to really take a moment and read that article again today and think about what I'm talking about here in this video, because here's the reality of all the time I spend studying peak performers in our society. One thing is always in common. They have peak performer evaluation process. What do I mean by that? They get better results because they evaluate better than most people. Then they're willing to take massive action in order to address whatever the evaluation showed them. A lot of people want to take the ostrich approach and stick their head in the sand, and they don't want to hear feedback from customers, feedback from team members, feedback from peers or mentors. But the reality is it's just information. It's not good, bad, or indifferent. You either get a result you want or you don't. But if you don't, then what do you do about it? If you do get the result you want, how do you evaluate it? What do you learn from it? What do you decide you're going to strengthen and solidify in your procedure and process compared to what didn't work and what we need to remove, massage, change, or kick it up a notch, right? You want better results? Evaluate better. The top people in this world understand, an evaluation process happens largely unconsciously too, as I write about this week. What I want you to be mindful of is that, this is based on our belief systems, on our value systems, on the conditioning we've had to this point. I might value free time more than I value building the largest residential service company in the world, because I might not value that as much as I value having some options and choices in my life that doing that might not afford me to do, right? So is there a limiting belief in there? Perhaps, but I'm sharing part of how I evaluate things. What about you? How do you take and look at this system that I rolled out worked or didn't work? The results that we got last month worked or didn't work? How do I evaluate? How do I process? How do I define? And then most importantly, how do I take massive action? How do I do something different? Do something even if it's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Analysis paralysis is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a quick evaluation. We're talking about diving in, looking at numbers, looking at surveys, looking at behaviors, looking at results, and then developing an action plan and taking massive action to address those things that need to be addressed. Came up recently in our mastermind call. It's like sometimes things can just kind of get pushed to the side, or they're working well and we take our eye off it a little bit. It could be seasonality, could be, time of year or whatever, but sometimes we get away from certain things that worked. Get back to it. Continually evaluate. Ask better questions. Get better results. What's your process for evaluation? What are the questions you're asking? Get back, dive into that column I wrote this week and spend some time with those questions. I'm Kenny Chapman, the Blue Collar Coach, talking about the process and importance of evaluations today. Until we talk again, have a better than fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.